Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Desi TV USA. I am Tabinda. Let's take a look at the headlines. Mourners gather in Doha after Israeli strike kills 6, including young policeman. Charlie Kirk assassinated in Phoenix. Trump condemns heinous act. Trump received mixed reactions as Yankees game on 9/11 anniversary. Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie shine at London premiere of A Big Bold Beautiful Journey. Dire conditions push displaced Gazans back towards conflict zone. US inflation rises sharply in August, but jobless claims supports Fed rate cut. Authorities hunt suspect in Charlie Kirk shooting, says good videos footage is secured. Trump's to posthumously award Charlie Kirk Medal of Freedom. Trump says Charlie Kirk widow absolutely devastated after assassination. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Thursday declared that a Palestinian state will never be established. These are headlines. Lead to news detail. Viewers, now the top story is here. Doha witnessed an emotional gathering as mourners offered prayers for 6 people killed in Israeli strikes on the Qatari capital. Among the victims was a 22-year-old policeman. The attack, which regional analysts have described as unprecedented for the Gulf, has raised alarm over escalating tension. Viewers, now the sad story is here. Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old conservative activist and close ally of US President Donald Trump, was shot dead in Phoenix. Police says he was killed by a single gunshot outside a private event. Donald Trump condemned the killing, calling it a heinous assassination, and described Kirk as a fearless fighter for America's values. Authorities have launched a full investigation but have not yet confirmed a motive.
Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt. Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. Our prayers are with his wonderful wife, Eric, and his beautiful children. Fantastic people they are. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd.
Viewers, now US President Donald Trump attending a New York Yankees games to mark the anniversary of September 11. His arrival drew a mixed response from the crowd, with some cheering while others booed. The appearance came as Americans across the country observed moment of silence and remembrance for the victims of the 2001 attack. Viewers, now the interesting news is here. A drizzling London evening provided a fitting backdrop of the European premiere of the romantic fantasy film A Big Bold Beautiful Journey. Star Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie walked the red carpet posing for photos alongside umbrellas and wearing shades of blue. The film premiere drew a crowd of fans and photographers, with the weather adding a touch of cinematic and atmosphere to the event.
I love a long title to begin with, so that caught my attention to begin with. I love a road trip movie. I love rom-coms. I love watching two characters fall in love. This kind of had all those things, but then it also kind of took me by surprise with how emotional it could get in a nice way. It's not like a dark movie. It's not a very heavy movie, even though it does kind of deal with some heavy issues at times. But it doesn't feel heavy. It always feels light. It always feels magical. It just felt like it was going to be a really beautiful experience, and I didn't want to miss it.
It was just very beautiful, and it was very unique. There's a certain kind of magical realism to it, of course, with the idea of walking through the doors to revisit certain moments of your past that you're not certain what's on the other side. But it had a real kindness through it.
Viewers, now conditions is overcrowded coastal encampments for displaced Palestinians have become so severe that some families are choosing to return to Gaza City despite Israel's ongoing offenses there. Residents says the camps lack food, clean water and basic shelter, with Gaza City already famine-stricken and under bombardment. The decisions to return highlight the desperations of those trapped between hunger and airstrike. So viewers, humanitarian agencies warn that the crisis is deepening as aid remains blocked as the number of displaced people continues to rise. Viewers, U.S. consumer prices rose in August at the fastest pace in 7 months, driven by higher housing and food costs. The data has raised concern about the persistence of inflation, though analysts note the surge was partly seasonal. At the same time, first-time applications for jobless benefits jumped last week, signaling some cooling in the labor market. Economics says the combinations leave the Federal Reserve on course to proceed with an expected interest rate cut later this month. Police and U.S. federal agents says they have obtained good video footages of the gunman who killed conservative activist Charlie Kirk during a university appearance in Utah. Investigators describe the suspect as college age and confirmed a manhunt is underway. The footage is being analyzed to help identify the shooter, though no arrests have yet been made. So authorities have urged witnesses to come forward as they continue their search.
His movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location. After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus.
Viewers, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that he will award conservative activist Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom a day after Kirk was fatally shot during an appearance in Utah. Trump praised the 31 years old as a patriot and fearless fighter for America's value, saying the honor would recognize his influence and dedication. Kirk was killed by a single gunshot in what Trump has described as a heinous assassination. Viewers, now U.S. President Donald Trump said he had a long talk with Erica Kirk, the wife of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, following his assassinations at the Utah Valley University event. Trump told reporters that Erica is absolutely devastated by the killing. Charlie Kirk, 31, was shot dead during his appearance at the university earlier this week. Authorities are still searching for the suspect, whom they describe as college age, and say video footages from the scene is being reviewed.
I did. I spoke to Erica, his wife, and we had a long talk, and she's devastated. She is absolutely devastated, as you can imagine.
Viewers, in the last speaking at the signing ceremony for a major Jewish settlement project in the occupied West Bank, Netanyahu said, "We are fulfilling our promise. There will be no Palestinian state. This land is ours." According to Reuters, the event was held in the settlement of Me'ale Admin near occupied East Jerusalem. Meanwhile, thousands of Palestinians have been fleeing Gaza City amid fears of further Israeli operation. The Associated Press report that the number of displaced people has risen in recent days, although many remain trapped because they lack the means of resources to leave. Israel military campaign is aimed at the seizing control of Gaza's largest city, already devastated by the destructions and famine. So viewers, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. Desi TV USA, DTV and our OTT platform DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.
Now I am American. I have citizen.
I still have my Salvadorian passport and now I have my USA passport. I am a citizen of the US.
Khi cầm cái hộ chiếu Mỹ, con rất là tự hào mình là công dân Mỹ.
La ciudadanía para mí significa oportunidades.
Si ya tienen el tiempo
que pueden hacerse ciudadanas, que lo hagan.
No pierde nada uno con intentarlo.
Como dicen en México, echándole ganas, todo se puede.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130 plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.